Coming up on the Fox 13 Quickcast, a measure of justice for the family of Susan Cox Powell. The clock is ticking before crucial protections expire for people in dire straits due to COVID-19. And a Spanish Fork man is dead after a mountain biking accident. How people are remembering the life of Dave Acosta.
This is a Fox 13 Quickcast.
A jury says the state of Washington failed to protect missing Utah mother Susan Cox Powell's two young sons from their father Josh, who killed them before killing himself. Josh remains a suspect in Susan's disappearance. Susan's parents were awarded close to $100 million on the wrongful death lawsuit. Chuck and Judy Cox hope this will help save future children. Charlie and Braden were killed by their father during a supervised visit.
For a jury to recognize that the state of Washington does have some blame in the way they died and the ease of which Josh was able to kill them is really nice, and it's a big relief.
Susan Cox Powell's body has never been found. If you have any information that can help, call West Valley City Police. Utah now has had more than 40,000 COVID-19 cases, 500 new cases today. 4 more Utahns have died since yesterday. That puts our death toll at 304. Reopening plans are due tomorrow for all Utah's public and charter schools. The State Board of Education tells Fox 13 News almost all of the districts have already submitted their plans. The deadline is tomorrow. They will be reviewed by the state to ensure they're complying with health guidelines. Crews in San Pete County are fighting the Hollow Fire tonight. It's burned about 600 acres near Indianola. Air and ground resources have been deployed. So far, no structures have been lost.
There's been some fantastic saves. So I know that there was some spectacular fire crews working to save one of the cabins that was in pretty imminent threat. And as far as I know, that one's still standing.
San Pete County Sheriff's Office says localized evacuations are in place. The cause of this fire is unknown, Jody.
And Bob, it has been hot. The 104-degree temperature today set a record. A few more days, we're going to stay in the triple digits. Heat advisories in orange, and we've got the excessive heat warnings in pink. This big high pressure is really taking over the entire western United States, and it's going to stay that way right on through the weekend. So we're going to continue to see these records falling by the wayside. 111 tomorrow in St. George, and then temperatures slowly eke down just a couple of degrees, but those few degrees we certainly do feel. 103 would tie a record for tomorrow here in Salt Lake, and then 101 Sunday, and then temperatures start to cool down. And then by the middle of next week, toward the end of next week, these temperatures start to return a little closer to normal. But be careful, stay safe, stay hydrated, and just get in the shade when you need to throughout the weekend.
All right, Jody, thank you. Nice to see you. Some of the biggest protections under the CARES Act will expire at midnight, including the weekly $600 federal stimulus checks, the eviction moratorium for federally subsidized housing, and the moratorium on utility companies shutting off service if you're behind on payments. Most utility companies won't turn off service tomorrow as long as customers call them and work out a solution.
I think everyone recognizes that it's not going to benefit the country, our state, the economy, if all of a sudden you have people evicted and homeless.
The Department of Workforce Services says people who are losing their $600 weekly stimulus checks may be eligible for other programs, such as food stamps. For more information, go to fox13now.com. A Utah couple has been arrested in Hawaii after police say they violated that state's quarantine order. Honolulu police say Joseph and Jessica Tripp arrived on July 24th. 4 days later, they traveled to the Big Island. Hawaii has an order in place where any visitors must quarantine for 14 days once arriving. Police say the couple believed they were exempt from that order, but they were not. The couple's due in court in Hawaii September 15th. Finally tonight, people along the Wasatch Front are remembering the life of a well-known Spanish Fork man who suddenly passed away. Authorities say 52-year-old Dave Acosta was riding near the Spanish Fork Reservoir yesterday when he and his bike hit a tree, and he died. Dave was known as an international expert on defending against active shooters. We have a link to a GoFundMe for Dave's family. It's at fox13now.com. Dave, a good friend. Rest in peace, buddy. That's the Fox 13 Quickcast, the day's top stories in just 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Modern Family starts now.